Hello, you're listening to Adam Yurchick, recording for TCGplayer.com. Thank you for joining me. We are here for round 2 of my Eternal Masters draft, and I luckily won the die roll, so I'm going to keep. And I looked down at a hand with both colors of mana, and I'm going to keep it. I obviously need another land here to make the hand work, but I have a few draw steps, and even if I do manage to miss a land, I think the hand will be alright. So I am definitely keeping this. And there's also that Pilgrim's Eye, so assuming I do hit that third land, my fourth will come, and then I'll be in great shape. I don't draw land, but Mistral Charger is perfectly fine. It's actually the best thing I can play on too, and assuming I draw a land here, I'll be in really good shape. I do hit a land. I can play a Pilgrim's Eye. I could also play Mana War and bounce his token, and then make his War Marshal not hit me. Not a bad play. And honestly, that War Marshal can just... the Mana War could just start attacking him. The other hand, it's not great tempo if he has a better creature later on. But I have Pacifism, and actually he might be like a token strategy that seeks to overwhelm me and cast Rally the Peasants. So I think actually this is the best play. I think this just turns, rather than let him get on me, it just immediately turns the tempo around. So he casts White Mane Lion, bounces his War Marshal rather than sacking it or paying Echo. But he luckily does not get a token. And here I'll just attack him. I have more pressure, so I want to be aggressive. I don't have tricks. I don't really want the... There's nothing I can do with that Mana War other than possibly blink it for value later, but I would rather just trade it off right here and not let him use a trick on me. So here, it's possible I should just get this swamp. I do have some double white, but there's only 2 in the deck, and I'm going to be drawing some cards over the course of the game. This could last a few turns. He actually missed a land drop, and Sphinx of the Steelwind probably beats him. I'm just going to take the swamp here, and that way it gives value to the Sphinx in my hand. And I have plenty of chances to draw that second white, whereas I only have... If I don't get the swamp there, then I only have 3 sources of black in my deck, and I don't think I'm favored to draw that. I'll get in, and then happily play the Phantom Monster, and he didn't play a land, so he's so far behind that my flying offense should be good enough to take him out. I still have Pacifism back. And then Rift Watcher is some nice life total padding along with a threat. Even Rift Watcher, basically you get in twice with it, you attack twice, and then you gain life twice. So it's a nice life swing for 3 mana. There's Scoured Barrens. So he actually cast Pacifism. So I'm going to blow him out with War Priest. And then get in for 6. And that should do it. He was definitely relying on that Pacifism, and there's very little ways for him to... Very little chance that he can get back in the game because there's so few cards that could do it. So I win that one. That's definitely just fortunate that he got tight on lands. I don't really know what he has. He probably is aggressive with Rally the Peasants and such. This could be a matchup for Honden. On the other hand, it's a bit slow. It doesn't impact the board. And a deck like his maybe isn't grinding me out for those last points of damage so much as dealing massive amounts if he has the right draw. So maybe the Honden isn't what I want. And I also really don't know what he has going on. So I think I should probably just submit this as is. It's possible Silent Departure isn't great if he has lots of tokens. You know, I think that the Honden actually is pretty good. The problem is that if I fall behind on board and play a Honden, and he just keeps attacking me, his creatures can easily overcome that 2 a turn. And I was aggressive that turn, or I was aggressive that game. Possibly the bodyguard could be useful. I'm on the draw. Maybe Milliken could help accelerate me. Maybe white main line's not so good on the draw. I don't think I want Milliken, but I think I'm going to cut a white main for a Honden and submit that. I think that I have enough of ability to be defensive that I could be on the ground with my ground creatures and then kill them in the air with flyers while gaining life with Honden. This hand's kind of awkward because of the Sphinx, but otherwise it's good, so I'm keeping it. Mana War into Coalition Guard's awesome. Unfortunately, this Fleece main isn't doing anything till later on. And there's Brago, so if I can get the Mana War Brago going, I'll be in excellent shape. He casts Helm Marauder, that's gonna hit me for 3, so that's dealing 5 to me. And that seems kind of bad, but on the other hand, it's actually good because that's not a permanent threat. If he just played a 2-drop, I expected it could have possibly dealt more than 5, and also it doesn't help him with Rally later on. So this is kind of awkward. I'm going to bounce his Marauders that has 2 counters on it. That way he's basically dealing some 2 free damage to me. But he's not going to get to hit me this turn, and then more importantly, it ties up his mana. And then I could just chump block it with the Mana War later on. So I'm essentially trading to save some life. But the reason that I was so adamant about playing the Mana War is I wanted to get it going with Brago. I want to start bouncing it. So I am just going to play the Brago. However, the situation for me is pretty good. If I play Honor Guard, it stops his pump spells and it stops his removal spells. And it protects Brago. And the next turn I could even white main the Mana Ward, replay it. I think that the Coalition Honor Guard blocks the Marauder safely. I think I have to just play that. And then now if I want, I could even block the Marauder and then trade with the other Marauder with Mana War. And just forget Mana War Brago altogether. We'll see what happens here. So he Faith Fettered that, and now I can actually Brago that away. So I do have to block his 3/2 here. I cannot afford to take damage. And now his creature's going to sacrifice, and I'm at 8, and I'm in pretty good shape. So here I'm going to cast the Brago. Now keep in mind, he still has to target Honor Guard. Pacifism does not stop his spells. Or the Faith Fetters does not stop the ability, so his spells still have to target it. So now I can Brago it. Yikes. Siege Gang Commander is nasty. But again, it actually isn't great against Brago. So I think I actually, or it's not great against the Honor Guard. I think I actually have to keep up, not play the Welcome Guide, just attack with Brago, bullying the Honor Guard. And then keep up White Main Lion, so if he kills the Honor Guard with 2 goblins, I could just save it. Because he's so low on cards that I think that's his out. I can actually untap my Brago. And I would definitely cast Pacifism this turn if there was any reason to. But I can't find one. So at this point, Sphinx of the Steelwind is looking pretty decent if I can hit some black mana. Definitely would be a great way to close out the game. But maybe just having anything else would have been even better here. Certainly Hanan would be awesome. So he does have 8 points of burn, but I have the guard stopping 4. And I'm going to white mane it back. And if I can find a land, then I can play the Welcome Guide. Get some more pressure going. Hopefully he just goes for Siege Gang right now, though. That would be so awesome. Rally the Peasants. Yikes. So that's definitely an argument for using Pacifism. Oh, if I would have cast Pacifism, I would have had to cast on my own Honor Guard, or is it just my opponent's? Okay. So all this block. I don't know why I didn't send them all. I feel like I would have been dead. If he just cast it and flashed it back, I would have just been dead if he attacked with the Siege Gang, right? So he cast Flame Jab on the Honor Guard. I'll use Brago to save it, or I'll use White Mane to save it. And then hopefully he doesn't... Oh, he's out of cards, so he can't flash it back and kill Brago. Excellent. So now I am stabilized at 3 life. Why didn't he send the Siege Gang? I'm confused. Just playing around something I didn't have, I guess. Now we get the Honor Guard in. And I'll just send the Brago. Definitely do not want to hit the White Mane because then I'd have to return something. And the only thing that would kill me would be 2 haste creatures and then the flashback. I don't want to use Pacifism here because I still am definitely under threat from just a threatening creature. So there's no reason to use Pacifism on a random 2/2. Another land. So we'll get the Welcome Guide down here. And I will target Brago. Get in. And target the 2 tapped creatures. And the Honor Guard does leave play, but he never gets an opportunity to burn me out in there because he leaves play and enters play all in the same the resolution of the ability. And now I actually can attack with the White Mane Lion. Okay, so now he actually has 4 creatures. So I'm in worse shape. Now he can use the War Marshal to actually take me out. This is gross. So he's going to kill the Honor Guard. And then that leaves me dead. So I could have attacked with White Mane and bounced itself and just kept the White Mane in my hand. I would have still had 3 blockers. I think that actually that was the play. I think I actually let this game go he let it go by not attacking me with Siege Rhino, but I could have actually had the white mane in my hand. I suppose he would have known that and then not just... He would have just killed my 2/4 on my turn and then untapped and killed me. So I shouldn't feel so bad. But I draw Aven Riftwatcher, so he's actually just... He's done. I'm just going to blink it with Brago and this game, and then white mane it, and this game is just super over. He is super dead. I'm going to gain 1,000 life. Yeah, I blink all of them. They all untap. White mane will go to my hand. No, I'll bounce the Riftwatcher, recast that. Yeah. Wow. So that's nice. So I should have returned the white mane earlier. He could have still killed me had I done that, but I drew the perfect card. So watch this. I'm going to blink all of them. So I blink the Riftwatcher, and then I'm going to recast it. Wow. So, barring something really unfortunate, I think I'm on to the finals with the Aven Riftwatcher that I mispicked, second pick of the draft. Ended up being one of the better cards in my deck and the best card for me to draw in that spot. He still has to deal with it. If he doesn't, he's still taking infinite damage. So he kills the Brago here. Okay. He is definitely giving himself all the opportunity he can to stay in the game. So he probably kills the turn. Well, I could have the white mane though. I guess he could kill the turn with his goblin, trade off siege for the white mane, and then be stabilized. That's what he does. Alright, Wall of Omen's awesome. Where was that earlier with Brago? Wow. So I'm stuck with 2 black cards. I can cast Pacifism. No, I can't. I'm sorry. I was going to cast Pacifism on the Siege Gang, bring him to 4, and then leave him dead unless he draws something, but then he would just sacrifice Siege Gang and kill the white mane. So he should just block. He doesn't. Okay, so I got in for 2 extra damage, basically. He gave himself the option of drawing more goblins. Can't fault him for that. When the last is removed, sacrifice it. Yeah, so I'll get one more attack with the Riftwatcher. Hopefully no Mog War Marshal, I guess. What's he cast? Flame Jab and then Siege Gang the 2/3. So he stopped me from getting tricky, but he just died, I think. I'll play the land and pass, but now he's just dead to the white mane. So he should probably be at 6 life. No, he'd be at 4 life, and then my creature would die. And now he would have that. So right now I would basically be pacifisming his 1/1 or passing. As it is, he's just dead. So thank you for watching, and please join me for the finals.